and welcome to Sibos 2025 in Frankfurt. I'm Hannah Wallace, and kindly joining us in the FinextraTV studio away from the busy event is Andy Schmidt, Vice President, Global Industry Lead for Banking at CGI. Andy, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us.
Great to see you.
It's great to see you again. It's been a while, and I'm looking forward to discussing maximizing the value of artificial intelligence within banking. This is a huge topic and at the heart of a lot of discussions over the course of Sibos, and some might even argue that AI is a given now. So what I'm interested to hear from you are those real life, tangible examples of AI making progress and how it's helping banking.
And the tangible piece of it is one of the key elements of it. What progress are we seeing? What outcomes are we achieving? And where we're seeing the greatest progress, the most tangible outcomes, is in areas of importance like onboarding, like personalization, like operational resilience. You know, as we know, onboarding is a recurring pain point for all of financial services, not just banking, and it can have a significant impact on the quality of the customer relationship over time. And so using AI to automate data collection, automate ID verification, automate even fraud detection can make that onboarding process far smoother, making the customer happier about their first foray with this particular bank, and also lead to much faster time to revenue. So, you know, and again, another key element for the bank and all involved. Now, personalization can take place before or after onboarding, and one of the ways that we're seeing that happen most frequently is through, say, a chatbot, where you share what your financial goals are, it provides you recommendations, and then onboards you to those products. Now, this is especially important for the rising mobile-first, mobile-only customers who are reluctant to go into a branch, who are reluctant to spend a tremendous amount of time talking to someone about a form, and really want it to be very straightforward and be able to onboard at their own time frame. You know, this is one of the reasons why some 80% of asset and wealth management executives who participated in our Voice of Our Client survey noted something like digital transformation, digital acceleration as being one of the key drivers, one of the key macro trends that they're contending with this year. And then the last piece, of course, operational resilience, whether it's through regulation, whether it's through contract requirements and SLAs, you know, uptime, security, privacy are all areas that are of vital importance. And so what we're seeing is AI being used to really perform a more defensive, protective activity for the infrastructure itself, being able to monitor uptime, monitor health, monitor potential intrusions, and alert and adjust accordingly. It's also being used to ensure that you're in compliance. And so, you know, just as we're talking about AI all the time at Sibos, we're also talking about compliance all the time at Sibos. And we have an ever-shifting compliance or regulatory compliance framework right now. And so being able to know how far you are out of compliance, what you need to do to get back into compliance, and how you can leverage that compliance are also areas where AI is making a huge contribution right now.
Thank you very much for bringing us up to date and highlighting those areas where we're really seeing progress being made with AI. So what about agentic?
Sure.
Okay, so this is another one. How is that accelerating all of that?
Right, last year was generative, this year is agentic. And generative was great because it could take the information, provide some insights, provide recommendations, things that you should do. Agentic really takes it one step forward, one step further than we've been able to before, taking, you know, single actions, single recommendations, and turning those into end-to-end workflows. Really being able to identify, to adapt, to adjust, to act based off of the instructions or the parameters that you set before yourself, and has the opportunity to unleash AI in terms of how it can transform not only your business processes, but your infrastructure.
And I think it's fair to talk about the risks and some of the challenges associated with AI. Take us through those, and how can we strive towards a more safer future using AI?
Absolutely. I mean, so in the early days of generative, we saw hallucinations, and so making recommendations or citing reports that just simply didn't exist. And that really, especially for CGI, helped us underpin the idea of responsible AI and having that human in the middle. when you talk about agentic, taking actions on behalf of the organization, that need for responsible use of AI, that need for the human in the middle becomes even more important, because it's making changes to customer relationships, to infrastructure that may be hard to undo. And so understanding what actions are being taken, what the potential impact of it is going to be, is something that really only a human should be focusing on right now. And at the same time, it provides the generative and agentic have the opportunity and the risk of lulling you into a false sense of security. You've outsourced this. You think everything's running smoothly, and you really do need to be intrinsically involved in what the AI is doing to, again, make sure you're getting the outcomes you want, but also protecting yourselves and your clients from harm.
But it is the opportunities that really stand out.
Absolutely.
So what is your advice then to those that are hesitant entering into this new era of artificial intelligence, and what would you advise going forward?
Sure. I mean, the key for me, at least right now, is make sure that your data is in line. Make sure that you know where your data is. Make sure that you know what version you're working with. Know what the data quality is, because you really need to. I mean, it's like any process. You have to have quality materials go into the process, quality information to go in the process at the beginning, if you want to have quality outcomes at the end. The more I know about you, for example, the better advice I can give you about achieving your financial goals. The other, again, kind of tied to goals, is outcomes. What outcomes are you seeking? So many of the early and many of the ongoing AI projects that we see right now are focused on improving things that we already know, which is a great starting point. You already know what the boundaries are. But at the same time, you need to calculate, or at least focus on, what change you're looking to have made. Yes. Am I looking to process more payments? Am I looking to reduce my false positives? Am I looking to improve or increase the number of loans that I'm underwriting? And so without goals in mind, it makes it very hard to calculate ROI. And I've seen a lot of banks struggle with that ROI calculation. And my advice, especially for there, so again, starting off with advice, make sure that your data is in good quality and that you can gain access to it. But also make sure that you have a sense of what you're looking to have AI do for you in terms of change. And from there, you'll be able to calculate, was this a successful pilot? Should I move forward? What adjustments should I make? And have it be a support to your business, an accelerator for your business. And to that end, one of the things that we've seen is that our clients who are digital leaders, those who have digital strategies in place and are getting results from them, have a holistic data strategy, and they often have business line specific data strategies, so that they know where the data is, what it's doing, what they can make, where they can get to it, and along with that, they have strategies that extend outside of the organization. So more of an enterprise-based and partner-based data strategy. So by leveraging the data strategy, by leveraging agentic, by leveraging a focus on ROI, even if that ROI model is imperfect, you'll be able to have a much greater impact on your customer base and your partner base, and do it much more quickly than you ever could before.
Andy, some very good advice to end on. I'm hearing quality of data, collaboration and partnerships as well, and also going in with a plan. Thank you so much for sharing those insights. I'll let you get back to Sibos to share them with the rest of the delegates, but thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you.